Cokes in the fridge? Because I know you had one. What big one? Yeah, where do you keep them at?
There might be some in the front fridge.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, he just said they're in the front one.
Okay. Welcome.
All right. Hello, everybody. We are back again. This time with Kathy Ojile playing Trish Dohogne. And Kathy wins the lag again.
I don't know what's the third game. I got a chance to see you played it the last couple of nights, and you played better than I thought. No, I've seen you play 2 or 3 nights in a row. It's different.
All right. What's up? What's up? What's up? How's everybody doing out there? Irvin, welcome back. Gomez, back. Ren Diggity is sort of, kind of here.
Oh, no. You're not a 6th player. You're not a 6th player. I know that.
All righty. So this is another interesting format. They're playing simply 12 games, just 12 racks. They're playing 6 racks of 8-ball and then 6 racks of 9-ball.
I'll try you some. 7, 10.
No, I didn't know. We were too busy dealing with bullshit.
Right? You guys had a lot of
Huh?
I was hearing a lot of it.
Full game.
People trying to get a little side action from the Railbirds going on. Right, so for this 8-ball, it's they're playing call pocket 8-ball, open after the break.
I'll re-break if you want to.
Who wins?
I won last time by 4 games. The time before that, he won by 7.
Get him, Justin. Get him.
That means you done got better.
I love it.
No, he tried giving me weight in the beginning, and I went up.
Colby's still here. No, Jason, it's not a race to 7 at all. It's not a race at all. They're just playing all 12 games. If they happen to tie, then they'll do a tiebreaker, and maybe they'll flip for the format at that point. I have no idea. But Trish's original opponent is MIA. Nobody's heard from her in a while.
But you got some extras to
So
carry.
hope everything's okay.
That's straight stolen. I watched it.
And she just happens to be indisposed for some reason that doesn't require hospital assistance. No idea.
You didn't have to sweat it
All right.
Them the kind I like. No, it was just like, man, picking up money off the ground.
Justin, I thought, did you not solidify that game with Quentin? I mean, you know, Danny Hill's here. Get a little some of him.
Hello?
He's barking at Colby right now, though. You guys might be in trouble. I don't think Colby's going to get trapped in that game, though. All right, so starting out with a little more 8-ball. Kathy keeping the bridge up for a couple of shots back to back. She's going to have to try and see if she can open up that 9-11 somehow. Oh, I'm sorry, the 1-11. I think the 11 goes in that same pocket if she can get back there. No, Justin, I didn't see him confirm it either. He just kind of disappeared. Have to give him a hard time next time you run into him. Okay, this is not too bad. She can use the 13 to get on to 12. Not sure how she's going to try and get on the 11, though. That could be tricky. She might be able to draw around the 3-ball to get underneath it now if she wanted to. Uh-oh. That's definitely no good. She tied up her 14. And around the room here, we got Chris Collins trying to play a little, I'm guessing, one pocket with Jimmy. Danny hitting balls. Colby on the sidelines. And Harlan hitting balls and AJ hitting balls. Whoops, a little ball in hand action. How is the weather over there in Illinois? I know it's snowing here a little bit. Starting to get cold. For anyone that's thinking about going anywhere, just be safe about it. Trish finds a way to scratch on that ball. That's no good. Now she's going to take her 13. Is there not a way for her to run into the 8 to open the 14 from there? Oh, thanks, Irvin. We certainly try. It is kind of a small place, though, so if you have certain space needs or something like that, you can let us know when you're coming out, especially if you're going to drive a little bit. And I'll just recommend this for everybody. If anybody has to make a long drive, and I mean like 30 minutes or more, like 45 minutes to an hour or more than that, if anyone's looking to come out, just let us know when you're coming. And that way, you know, if you show up just kind of randomly, there might not be a table. Sometimes we get real busy. And we only have 5 tables, so we're a small little place. And tables fill up quickly. So if you need us to, you know, want to reserve one or whatnot, if you're coming down to play, you got a match lined up, or if you're looking for a match or something like that, let us know. And we can be sure to either try to find a match for you if you don't have one, or just keep a table open for you guys. Milwaukee is watching. Thank you, Leonard. Travis, we're in St. Louis, Missouri. Technically, we're kind of in a suburb of St. Louis, but if you're not from the area, then St. Louis is good enough. If you are from the area, then we're in Valley Park, about 15, 20 minutes due west of downtown, straight out one highway. Yeah. C players kind of go, and you know, ratings are always weird, right? And we have this conversation all the time. You know, there's a bunch of different ways to think about it. Like in a race to 9 or a race to 10, like let's just say you were going to play 10 racks of 9 ball by yourself. How many of those are you going to break and run? You know, or like what's your average ball run kind of thing? Do you play other games? Do you know, maybe somebody doesn't play 9 ball real well, but they're real smart at 8 ball, you know, kind of thing. Like there's a bunch of different ways to look at it. Like, for example, Trish here, I think is like a 5 in Illinois. And for 8 ball, I think she said she's a 6 and 9 locally, but locked in as a 5 in Vegas. I don't remember. Kathy, I think, is like a 6'6". I think she's a 6 and both, somewhere around there. But I mean, you know, they're all considered like kind of C players. There's definitely a big difference in C players, or it covers a wide range of skills, just like the B players is even maybe a larger field of skill. Oh, wow. $17 hours. What are you doing back here? You did get trapped. What are you doing? Yeah, trying it. Race at 3. 20. 20. Damn. There you go. Yep. You got to break that streak. Oh yeah, you're done. Yeah. I lied. Colby got into a game with Danny Hill. They're doing a little something. What's up, Brad? Yeah, here it's just it's snowing a little bit.
Yeah, I'll get you that
Yeah, I really like that we got viewers from all over the place. Even though I mean we only feature local players, we have a lot of fun doing it, and we appreciate you guys from all over the place tuning in. Even though there's hardly ever a name on here that anybody other than St. Louis people would know. But once in a while we do get some, like Justin Bergman plays here a bunch. We've had Rob Saez, I've had Joey Gray, still mostly Midwestern players. But it's a lot of fun. You'd say you run 3 to 4 racks in a race to 10, so that's pretty good, right? I mean, I don't think that qualifies as a C player. Watching from Seattle in the rain. Does it ever not rain in Seattle? Like, I love the scenery in Seattle, but man, I can't stand those super cloudy, rainy climates. Like, it's just not for me. But I love the forest and the shoreline and close to the mountains. Someday maybe I'll figure out a way to balance my love for the environment. Right, but like, so going back to that thing, like in a race to 10, or if you're just playing 10 racks of 9-ball, if you're breaking and running like 30%, right, that's a pretty good clip. That's a pretty good clip. At least around here, we would say like an actual C player is probably only going to break and run maybe 1 out of 10. But then you got like your C pluses that are going to do like 2. But I guess the difference there too is like, are you taking ball in hand or are you not? Like, it gets so weird. It's snowing in Georgia. Man, it's snowing everywhere. Hey, Kit, did you get more snow out there in Arizona? It gets crazy. Yeah, actually, that's a good point. I mean, the mist actually can be really cool. If it's like a foggy mist, if it's just like a slow, light, misty rain that just soaks everything all the time, that would kind of drive me nuts. Boy, Patricia just gets down and fires the balls in, doesn't she? I'm sorry, she's not Patricia. She just goes by Trish. I gotta change that name link. I do drink a lot of coffee, though. I have an extra one in the car. Good Lord, that shot. Is she gonna break open the 5-ball, too? 3-ball? She's gonna have to figure something out here. Almost. I don't feel like she fully set into the shot there. She kind of slows down and gets into her shot and then just pummels through it. Run to the 9 and miss. There you go. That's a C player. Good answer, Terry. Good answer.
Yeah, I fixed that.
Okay. That's good, kid. Good focus. I'm thinking Kathy might put this cue ball right behind the 8 here. That she did. Nicely done. Good save. Just gonna maybe see if she can force. No. Oh. Okay. Well, it's call pocket, so that doesn't count. It's call pocket. So that little piece of luck is actually gonna still help Trish, even though she doesn't get to stay at the table. Kid, I think I've asked you this before, but like, what room do you play out there? Like, you're on the wrong side of the state from like wherever Scott Frost's place is, right? Where that freezer's place. He's down in like Phoenix or Tempe or something like that, like where Colby's is. Right? Isn't that in the southern side of the state? So that's nowhere near you, right? Oh, Trish did a good jump there. She got her ball out, but did tie up the 8. Kathy can move it off the 15, though. So if I'm her, my pattern, I'm going to try and get the cue ball here for that, be straight in here, and then use a cue ball to come in. Oh, she was able to do it that way. Even better. I didn't think she had that angle. Never mind. Ignore my scratches. I thought she was dead straight on that ball. But she still ends up at the same pattern, so that works. Oh my, Tim. It's crazy.
Double kiss and get down there.
Okay. Nice little call from Kathy there. I don't think she quite got her. Nice shot. Nice shot from Trish. Yeah, I would think that if you were trying to go out, my thinking is that she, if she had banked at it that way, the cue ball is going up table and leaving Trish an easy out from there. So she clearly wasn't trying to make it. She didn't hit it nearly hard enough. So it was safety all the way, but called the pocket to do the thing. Whoa. Yeah, she really jumped up on that one. That's unfortunate. All right, Kathy ties it up.
She did an awesome shot down the rail, too. She deserved to win that. No, I'm not.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I start daydreaming. I made it to start daydreaming over here.
Yeah, you didn't have to hit that hard. You just had to stroke it really good.
I'll spot this one.
Really well.
Hit it wrong. Oh my God. That wasn't in the game. I guess it was.
I even hit nothing. Hit nothing.
I'm still waiting for
All right, let's see how she gets into this rack. Kind of a soft break for 8-ball. I know she can hit him a little harder. Comes up dry. It's open after the break, so it doesn't matter necessarily. I saw that kid about bullshooters and Metro Sports. Preachers East Valley, yeah. I really only know about 2 rooms out there. There used to be a great streamer out there on the rail, Lenny. Yeah, Lenny something or whatnot. But he was on the rail TV. He used to stream out of, it was Colby's. I'm pretty sure it was in Tempe. I thought. So I didn't know if you were around there or whatnot. He used to run like I guess they had like little weekly 1-pocket tournaments down there for a while, and like that's how I found him. This is going back to like 2010-ish. And then he did some big stuff with Scott. Like, he recorded and produced Scott's stuff. And then I haven't seen him. Yeah, Fast Lenny. Yeah. But I don't even know if he still does things anymore. Yeah. He was, that channel was really one of the inspirations that got me started videoing and streaming stuff at all. I saw how much fun it was, the interactions back and forth with the chat, and get to see the games and whatnot. So I used to just stream random stuff back on Ustream way back in the day. Not that anybody would ever watch it, but it was fun. But I kind of fed that itch. And fast forward about 10 years, and here we are with all this stuff. Anthony, no, 8-ball does not count on the break. And when they get to the 9-ball section, the 9-ball is not going to count there either. Yeah, you scream. And Dave, we're looking forward to it. It's going to be fun. Assuming that the roads are drivable. I mean, if it starts snowing badly now, there should be enough time to get our road crews time to clear the major highways and roads and whatnot, and hopefully get all the cars out of the ditches that are going to end up there, because people can't seem to drive anytime there's moisture on the road at all around here. Yeah, this table is kind of messy. Look at all those stripes around there, and the 8-ball's tied up. Kelly didn't have a whole lot going on. Alvin, yeah, from Inside Pool. Somebody asked me about him the other day. They pulled up some old video, and they're like, whatever happened to this guy? And they played a clip of him talking, and I'm like, that's Alvin. I remember Alvin from Inside Pool. They had all kinds of good stuff. That second channel down at Derby.
Make one for you. I hope so. Get the hole.
Lenny is, or Alvin is still streaming? I just don't know what platform they're streaming on anymore, I guess. Did everybody finally just become assimilated to Facebook streaming? Kid. That's a fair point, too. Well, that was a nice little attempt there from Trish. You can see she's got a little bit of cue power. You don't often see the lady players hitting a ball that hard or putting that much move on it. Well, Kathy's got some decisions to try and figure out here. The 14 ball is problematic, but she can open that off the 12. So if she wants to try and get all the way out, I think she has a way. Otherwise, she can continue to try and play safe and just try and outmove Trish a little bit.
No, I was just trying to get over here to shoot that ball, yeah.
Okay, so she opened the 8. I think from where she was.
Right there. Right there.
Oh, I hadn't realized that Upstate and Alvin were in the same area. I mean, I knew that they were both kind of East Coast, but I didn't realize that Alvin did so much in like New England area, because that's pretty much all that Upstate does. Boy, that ball just rolled forever, didn't it? Oh, goodness. Well, Al was doing AZB TV for a while. I think he still works for them randomly, but I don't, yeah. I just don't know. I'll be real honest. I haven't really kept up with a lot of the streamers anymore. What's going on, Cue Ball? That there in the cat there, Ken, in the cat, in the chat. That's Cue Ball from QB Custom Cues, sponsor of Scott Frost, among many others. I think he's working. He's got Sarah Rousey on his playlist as well. But he took Brendan under his wing a little bit ago and teaching him how to be a table mechanic. So when you hear Brendan talk about doing tables and whatnot, that's Cue Ball running them ragged. And if anybody's looking for a nice little QB custom cue, there's a guy to ask questions for, to whom, whatever. Ken, you had a long day already? Yeah, Brendan's worn out. I don't know if you were working with him on that job. I think maybe not, but everyone's all worn out. Brendan had to go home. He was literally walked in, sat down, started to fall asleep. I just said, man, go home. Come back later if we get a bunch of something going on. Right now, it's looking like a pretty slow early night. Okay, so they call the guy for a hit. That's clearly a bad hit. Okay. Well, Kathy wins a little bit of the safety better there. She's got 4 balls on the table in the 8. QBQs. Ken, you got a Facebook page, right? Pretty sure. Pretty sure he does. Yeah, this weekend's a little rough. I mean, we got the big thing in Poplar Bluff taking people. And there's also a Sputs tournament down in Rolla, I believe they are. Also taking people. Most of our top-ish shooters are down there in one of those 2 places. There's a couple of local tournaments that are still running. So we might get some overflow from some of those. Yeah, there it is. QB Custom Cues on Facebook. You can reach out to him. You're looking to get something fancy? Okay, she got kind of straight here. I mean, she could hit a stop shot and just cut this in the side. It's no fun, but it might be better than trying to cheat the pocket from that far away and hoping to get a better shot. Nicely done. She even popped it off the rail a little bit, give herself a better angle. That was a really well struck ball. And she gets it.
Oh my gosh, I'm straight to the rail.
You're trying to keep me in the game. I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's trying to keep me in it. I get it. I get it.
I said just make this and the 4 is your game ball.
I get it. I just fucking shot straight.
I'm glad you got home safe, Ken.
Sorry, I put these on the wrong side.
Break that noise up.
Oh, okay, Justin. Yeah, I know who you are now. I was trying to think like who came in last night, who didn't. But yeah, no, I remember that now. Yeah, yeah.
Good, but good.
That works out nicely then, doesn't it?
Good.
It.
He wanted it bad.
Yeah.
Well, Mark, so I would say this, and I would say this really to anybody, like it's probably going to be easy enough to get here. But if you're going to be here for like 4 to 5 hours and you're worried about the drive home, it might be better to just hang out in the chat. Because if it continues to snow for 4 or 5 hours, and you local guys know how the road crews are, it's real hit or miss. And with the temperature dropping from just above freezing to just below freezing, you know, it could be tricky. More than anything, though, if anybody's coming out, just be safe. Make sure you got yourself a full tank of gas and all that stuff. You know, just general winter road safety-ness.
Actually, I changed my mind. I'm trying the one cross side.
Just calling the one cross side here. She hits it a little thick. This table is still kind of a bit of a mess.
I hit that ball.
Yeah, hit it.
Joel Hole beat Rob Saez down Smoking Aces.
Justin, have you gotten a chance to play with that new shaft yet?
No.
Create a nuisance.
Well, Mark, you know as good as anybody, four-wheel drives are great for getting you started down the road, but man, they're terrible for getting you to stop. Right, and that's almost always the problem. Yeah, custom shafts are really coming a long way, and they some places, you know, some cues and some cue shafts, just, you know, the cue makers can build them so that they're nice and still have that low deflection quality that a lot of people like. Yeah, that's the other thing too. Like, I think a lot of people feel that way. Like, they kind of trust themselves on the road, but they don't trust everybody else. Uh-oh. Kathy did not get the breakout on that 8-ball. Now she's got to shoot a real tough shot. She's going to have to back cut that 8 by the 1 and try not to scratch.
How you stick me on that ball way up there? Way.
Kathy's trying to figure out some way to get out of this trap she put herself in. She could bank it too. She's got room by the 6, but you got to put a heck of a... What a shot. Nicely done.
Ah, come on.
Man, that was a great shot.
That ball good.
Keelwood's real popular right now, and I think it's just because it's a really stiff wood, but it still kind of has a low deflection quality to it. And it's wood, so you get that feedback in your hand, in your bridge hand, and you get the audio feedback, right? There's that wood ping that people are used to hearing. And I think that's why, in my opinion, I think that's why keelwood is so popular. It plays really close to a carbon fiber or any of the other like foam core shafts. It definitely doesn't have more deflection than like a 314 or the OB shafts, and they're probably on par with each other as far as that. But it has such a great sound. But I mean, carbon fibers can get a nice ping as well. Like the synergies, I really like the sound of those. Like I like the sound of my cue with the synergy more than I like the sound of my cue with a Revo. But I'll be real honest, I like the low deflection qualities of the Revo more than I like the low deflection qualities of a standard OB or Predator. But that's just me. It's because I don't play enough to really not have to think about deflection when I'm shooting a shot. Right? It hasn't been ironed and ingrained and carved and petrified into my brain about the adjustments you got to make. So the things help me. I use all the tools I can mostly. Yeah, that was a really great shot. It really, really was. That 8-ball, she came with it when she needed to, for sure. Well, and Justin, that's the other good point too, right? You can get a shaft that plays 80% as low deflection as a carbon fiber for, a third of the price generally. So work your way up, and if you feel like you need to get that extra 10% of consistency or whatever it is, whatever you want to call it, whatever the number is, I'm just pulling numbers out straight out of the air. Then yeah, you can always, go up. Alright, I gotta step away for just a second. I'll be right back.
All I can do. Yep. Press all the way up there. Press up. Get up there. Up here. Get up here. You got me up there. I didn't like it.
No, I don't like shooting either, you know, because if you miss it, you know, you might leave me fucking out. Or something. I may not out. But something, you know,
Oh, I didn't like it. Get a couple balls. Woo, I didn't like it. Yeah, I missed that ball. I'm gonna leave you down there with all them marbles. All them marbles down there. Mm. I'm gonna leave you down with all them marbles.
All right, I'm back.
get up.
Yeah, the Phoenix is real popular from OB right now as well. And then there's a an OB Curly, which is a little bit different kind of wood, but that one's been real popular. Okay, Trish has got 3 balls to negotiate here. Nice little bump up, good speed control. Get off the rail, get off the rail.
I'm going backwards this game.
Oh, wow. She has snatched that ball back. Nicely done. She kind of poked at that ball. I wasn't sure if she was actually going to get the one to drop. She hit it pretty full. That was a nice out. Leon Spinks. Rest in peace.
You swung at me.
I got them. I gotta do something.
You did all that.
I gotta try to make something work.
You did.
Oh, shoot. It's almost 7:30. All right. I got to make a phone call.
Could have been worse.
That was a good try. Good try.
Colby. All right, Ronnie. What? I'm gonna unless I win this. Thank you. My shot.
Yeah. I left all that.
All that. All what?
All those balls. You got multiple choices. Whoa, baby, darling. Whoa, baby.
Ah. Who drove the Cadillac here?
I was trying to sneak around you and move back, sorry.
All right. Well, one player took a break, then the other player took a break. So in the meantime, I'll show you around the room a little bit. Here we got Colby and Danny Hill playing a little bit of one hole. Somebody owes 2. And that somebody would be Colby. So this game is not looking good for him. And let's see what else we got going on here. Wait for Danny to shoot that ball. Nicely done. Looks like he's probably going to get out there. He is going to spot one. And here's the rest of the room. Chris Collins standing right dead in front of the camera. You got Harlan hitting balls up there in the other bar box. AJ hitting balls on the Valley. And that's our whole room, folks. That's it. All 5 tables. So when we say we're a small little place, I mean we are a small little place. Alrighty, I think both players are back from their breaks. And Z shaft is great. I mean, I like the thinner shafts. I definitely don't want like a 12.9 or 13 millimeter. Even though I have, kind of big hands, I still like the 12.4s, 12.3s, somewhere around there. I had an 11.75 years ago, the OB2, when it still had the the OB1 had the wood ferrule, but the OB2 had the little like half white ferrule, but it was a super thin shaft. I liked that one for a little while.
Talk to myself.
Hey, you gotta do that every once in a while.
That's
I
right, that's
know,
right.
man.
I'm not sure I can hang out here.
Todd, I can ask him. I'll tell you that the answer is probably yes. I mean, he needs all he needs for that is just really to get the measurement of the butt cap of your cue, and then the extension will be ready.
That'll work.
Well, whenever he gets around to it, but I mean, it comes and goes based on sometimes weather, sometimes availability, all that stuff. Justin, you don't have to get into action when you come here. I mean, this is not like an action-only house. There are plenty of people that'll just play just to play. AJ is one of them for sure. Lots of guys will play it just to play because they want to play. But I would say just don't be surprised if sometimes people will ask to play for something, but you don't have to. Oh, he had to get something for it. Okay, yeah. I mean, I don't know if he doesn't travel around with his calipers to measure or something else. But if he's waiting on source material, that could be something. Yeah, but we got a handful of players that come here specifically to do that, to just practice. Sometimes they bring a sparring partner, sometimes they don't. Sometimes they wait to find one. Yeah, I'm not much of a gambler myself. I'll do it from time to time, once in a while, but I don't, I don't play pool so that I can gamble, right? I play pool because I like the game. No, not at all, Justin. I mean, Brendan goes on this thing all the time about, this is the Players Club, and he, named it that specifically because he wants it to be, for the players. And this place can be whatever you want it to be. If you want it to be your action house, you can make it your action house. If you want it to be a place where you can come and improve and learn about the game, learn how to improve your game, get some help with your game, you can do that here. And there are lots of guys here that are real friendly with their information. They're not stingy about it. And, they'll tell you whatever you want to know. Some guys will do it whether or not you ask them for it. Some guys, you just got to ask them a little bit. But yeah, I mean, if you're already bordering that C plus B level, like that's a giant handful of people we got around here. You got lots of people you can spar with here. And that's the other thing, like Brendan always says too, like he really likes finding people, like good sparring partners, people that don't just want to like play a race to 5 and be done. They want somebody that you can play over and over again in big, long races so you can, get a feel for your game and all that stuff, play long races, play races to 21, play them a couple of times a night, get in there and just see how it feels to play that long, to play good, to play bad, learn how to deal with it, the rolls, the bad rolls, the good rolls, the environment, the barking, the noise. I mean, there's a lot of stuff you can work on in a small environment because you hear everything.
Hear the hole.
Yeah, that really was a good out, wasn't it? She had to get through some traffic a couple of different times. Did well. Kathy finds herself in a very familiar position here. 4-2, done with the 8-ball set. Oh, Mike Zappi, I know your game. Okay, yeah. I know Mike. He comes in quite a bit. Private lessons are definitely good for working on very dedicated, focused instruction. Speaking of, if you're looking for something like that, that guy right there, Mark O'Brien, does them. And that's the other thing Greg calls out. Good call out, right? Sometimes you just got some great players in here and you just want to sit around and watch people play. Now, we don't have a ton of seating, but there's a couple of spots for the Railbirds. Uh-oh, Kathy may not like where this cue ball ends up. If she's got an edge, she maybe crossbank this ball, go up and down table with some speed for the 4. She wasn't really messing with it. She's going to leave it for Trish, who has a path to the 4. She can. She's got the power behind her stroke. I think she can pound this in the rail and go between the 7-9 again. She might try and float around it though. Oh, she got between the 9 and 8. Holy cow! What a shot. Well, Roger, that's maybe there's a guy named Brandon that can help you with that. But the owner, Brendan, cannot help you with that. That is 100% for sure. Yeah, that Brandon guy, he's somebody you can look out for, look up to. You don't have to worry about leaving your kids with. Oh, wow. Trish found a way to double up the points down there. I know, we're just teasing you, Ryder. Okay, now with ball in hand, let's see what Kathy does here. I think she's got the right angle. I don't like flirting with this 8-9. I would kind of try and get between the 7 and 9. Okay. It looked like, yeah, like it looked like she was putting high on that ball when she was queuing up. That's why I said that, but she did all right. Except she hit a little too much. I don't know if she's got quite enough. Bridge time.
Get in there. Oh! Just jump.
Okay, good shot. Kind of with her stroke, I kind of like putting the 7 here, letting the cue ball come out there. Right, she just needs to get behind the 9. I don't like going forward because I feel like the cue ball is coming too close to there, into the scratch in this pocket. Like I don't like that. So I'm gonna put a little zip on it. And personally, I am not a fan of trying to back cut that ball from there. But that's my personal preference.
I'll take it.
But I think, yeah. I mean, she could come forward too and let this, as long as she puts a little bit of stun on it. Yeah. Yeah, that was a little too much draw. She had the right speed though, and that's a goofy thing. It's tough to judge that shot. It's real tough to judge that shot when you have to get over there. Oh, cue ball. No. All right. Kathy can play a nice two-way here. She could probably bank the 7 and get the cue ball down to the bottom rail. Kind of like that. Yeah, windows there. But it doesn't mean that you have to turn out good on this 8 ball. Oh my. That's no good. Oh, and she opened the 8 ball. Well, that's extra no good. All right, after this rack, I do have to step away for a couple minutes and go pick up my food. I'm just going to walk down the plaza a little bit, though, so I won't be gone long. And the ladies are keeping their own scores, so you don't have to worry about being out of date with the score. So that works out nicely. Okay. I'll be back in like 5-10 minutes, something like that.
I'm not wealthy. I'm trying to be. If you win this I'm trying to be wealthy. If you win this match for me, come on, girl. Champion. Thank you, champion. We did it. players shooting.
Get 'em, Chris.
Talk about my
Oh,
player.
I just set it up for you.
Something about it.
Yeah, you know what?
They are allowed. That bank combination.
I've sent it towards the hole.
Busted out of mouth. Shut up. Whoa! And you said you couldn't jump.
Reminds me of Dick the Mayor.
Yeah, buddy.
Like every other shot.
God, it's a terrible shot.
Not a bad shot. I just want to pin that ball and get up by the
Find out what the score is. Hey, you're talking to my player over there. Hey, I'm good. What the score was?
All right, guys, you've been behaving in the chat. Let's see what I miss out on. Oh, Dennis lining up another match. Okay. Yeah, we've had some people talk to Crystal as well. I don't think we have anything set up yet. Greg, do we really need to fill in for Brendan? Yeah, no South Park standards tonight. Good, clean, wholesome pool commentary for the most part. You might hear some South Park stuff out in the room, but we're not even that rowdy tonight. Oh, look at that safety from Kathy. Look at that safety from Kathy. Nice hit from Trish. She might get a little reward out of this. No, well, she left it, but it's kind of a tough shot. I think the 4-ball is going to get in the way for the shape on the 2. It's all right, Greg. You guys can have fun in the chat. As long as we don't say it on the air, and what's been said in the chat doesn't really matter. Yeah, I didn't think she'd be able to avoid hitting that 4 without really manipulating the cue ball. Yeah. Now she's funny how a bank almost always leads to a bank. Now she's going to do it again, which doesn't really lead to the 5-ball real well. That's assuming the 4 even passes the 7. It might. Maybe she can zip the cue ball around a little bit, play it off the 5 and move the 5. How about that for a shot? Now she's got another thin back cut. Maybe she can run into the 6 and 9 and get shape or something. Who knows? Crazy things happen.
Yeah, it looks like it's drifting off. See, both of these pockets got a little drift in them, which is to my benefit right now.
Oh, side pocket. What a helper. Holy cow, look at that. I mean, really, who plays shape off the point like that? Well, did a good job pocketing the 6. I don't think she wanted to hit the 7, though. She can probably back cut this into the side. The 8 ball's essentially hanging, so all she has to do is not get hooked by the 9, and she should be fine. I mean, you could send it as long as you don't end up like, here, trying to slow roll it, right? Let the cue ball come around, do whatever it wants to do. That'd be okay. I don't know about healthy so much. It's pineapple fried rice with chicken. So, whatever they put in the seasoning. Gonna have another stuff on it, and but at least it's not like a whole pizza, like a calzone that I still have in the fridge from 2 days ago. I guess I'm just gonna have to take that home and eat that for lunch tomorrow, because apparently I just don't want to heat anything up here. Yeah, Anthony, that there was another bank there. Could have been. All right, she's going to draw out of the scratch one way or the other. Nicely done. Good shot, Trish. Ties it up at 5. So where are we at on games here? We've played our 6 games of 8-ball. I did say race to 12, and that's not right. So at the end of 8-ball, it was 4-2, Kathy, and we've played 4 games of 9-ball. So we got 2 more games left. And if they split them, I think they're going to do a tiebreaker, but I don't know how that's going to work. I don't think they expected to come out even at the end. Trish lays into him pretty good. Doesn't get a ball to drop. He's a tough 1-ball.
What'd you get, John?
I always get it. Fucking spice level 5. What? Roll off. Hi. Well, that's my face. I don't care. Care with the animal yet.
Yeah. Got a hit and a rail. How about that? Yeah. Trish is playing a little sporty.
Fucking 9-ball be flying.
Yeah. Oh, I know. You would have hit it 9 times harder.
I right now, not last shot.
Oh, right now you're saying?
You just barely cut the one. And
Colby's looking at the cheese. Looking at the cheese.
that's why they named me Colby.
That's not why they named you Colby.
It is.
The cheese?
Yeah, 'cause they knew one day I'd just cheese in a bunch of fucking 9-balls.
I think not. Well, so this weird 12 games only thing, that was the original format that Trish was supposed to play with Kanika. But no one's been able to get a hold of Kanika, and she hasn't responded to anybody's messages. So Kathy was here and said, well, if you don't have a game, I'll play you some. So Kathy's yeah. I'm sure you would have. That's a fair assessment, Roger. Kathy plays pretty smart.
You good? Huh?
You all good?
Yeah,
All
that's
right. Right.
visiting.
They are, Andrew.
Well, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Hey, shoot, Colt, what you found inside? It sounded like you don't be shooting one.
Oh, Kathy doesn't have to like how this turns out. But Trish's very makeable ball. Trying holding speed for the 5 might be interesting. Ooh, a little helper on the 8 leaves her actually a really good angle on this 5 ball. She has to look out for the side pocket a little bit. She did that nicely and makes the 5 the long way. But gets the cue ball right where it needed to be. That was nicely done. But I think I would have taken an extra second on that 6 ball, though, to draw back. I don't have to cut the 7 this way. Bring that side pocket into play. Now she's elevating. Oh, she went for the bank. Yep. And the 3-rail bank goes. 9-ball is a funny game, isn't it? Uh-oh, now she's gonna... Oh, no. That one she let loose. Yeah, Greg. I mean, it was a dead 3-railer with shape. I mean, it worked out perfectly. Just a little unfortunate that she overcranked the 8 a little bit. Let that cue ball fly an extra couple of diamonds. Found gravity. All right, so this is the last game. Last game of the match right here, unless Trish wins it. In which case, there might be 1, 2, 5. I don't know what they're going to do.
I didn't think I could make it. I think I'd hit 13 if I was
That is also true, Justin. It's crazy. You get a couple of nice rolls in a rack and something goofy happens. Oh, speaking of something goofy happening. Yeah, I meant to. So I did let the ladies know that the table's been racking funny because of the divots on the spot. Because this table's been getting so much play lately. We've been playing so many races to 50. And, you know, the spot's just got. And honestly, it has a collection of divots all around that center dot, right? And it makes racking a little bit tough, even with the template. But the other side of it is that because it gets so much play, now we got divots on the 2 breaking corners. And the table is getting replaced in like 8 days. So we're not going to recloth it because we're just getting rid of the whole table. So it's a little unfortunate that we have to deal with it. But what happens a lot is that when you put the cue ball right in that divot and you break with any kind of speed, then the cue ball is well into the air by the time it hits the rack. And as soon as it goes above that horizon, or the equator, on that head ball, and the cue ball goes flying off the table. Because, Kathy didn't really hit him that hard, but she broke exactly from that divot and lost it. Yep. What's up, Brendan? How was your first nap? You ready for your second nap? Okay, nice try. Tom, yeah, when we get our new tables in, we are going to be very diligent about telling people you got to use a break cloth. We don't want this happening because that part of the table is going to wear out before anything else, and it's just not worth it. Hey, Brett, what's up? Yep. Hey, you tried to lay into him one time. You and Josh both. You guys have sent the cue balls the furthest. You almost bought us a window. Josh almost bought us a ceiling. We almost had to take somebody to the hospital. The cue ball came down and landed right next to somebody's girlfriend one time. Yeah, you just have to adjust your brake a little bit. I found a place where it works for me and my break, and I lay into them pretty good. And I keep the cue ball on the table for the most part. But anyway, yeah, with the new tables, obviously that's not going to be an issue. But I do want us to be a little more strict about using break cloths to protect the cloth from exactly that thing. So we'll see how it goes. Nice speed there. She played a nice speed where that pocket accepted that ball. You hit that much firmer, and it just it isn't going to take it. Unfortunately, she overran position a little bit. Is she considering back cutting this ball? What's she looking at? So thankfully, Jeff, people don't really tap the head ball too much. I haven't seen that a lot. Is she looking at the carom? Oh, she's looking at the combo. Okay. But with the, like I said, with the collection of divots, people are probably tapping the ball a little bit more. But when the table's racking good, everyone puts it in the same spot. And then you break into it and it takes all that force and it's got to go somewhere. Yeah, Brett, that's a great argument. I was going to say, when I was in Denver once, I went out there to a place called Felt. And behind every table, there's a little clear pouch, and it's got the brake cloth in it with a big sign that says, use brake cloth. And there wasn't a break spot on any of the tables out there, and you knew that they weren't new cloth. There's people always arguing, well, it changes the break and it does this and it does that. I've never noticed a difference in my break using a cloth versus not. It's not like you're breaking off a giant Brillo pad or something. It's just a tiny little piece of cloth. Uh-oh, Kathy's not going to like this. We might find ourselves here with a tiebreaker rack. I don't know how that's going to happen or what they're going to do, but I don't want to jinx Trish, but I feel like she should be out here. Well, geez, I thought she would have hit that with a stop shot and played it in the side. This ball ran quite a bit further. She's okay, though, right? You just back cut this ball and just kind of let the cue ball run naturally around. I should extend that line because you really want to be over there, but. Right? It's not exactly there. It's pretty close to the. Oh, I don't like this way. But she's at the table. She's going to see the angle better than I am, for sure. What? Okay. Yeah, Terry, I don't think it's a divot in the slate. It's definitely that just the cloth gets completely worn out and just becomes thin. It's like a bald spot in a carpet. It wears down over time. And it's really tough to try and fill that because it's such a tiny little amount. Anything you put in there is almost always going to be taller than the surrounding material. So it's like you have to completely cut that little section of cloth out and then patch it in somehow, but then that gets all messed up.
Oh, it's so good they won't go. That's right. I just want to get it over there. Well, the goose. No, I knew it was going. She was shooting it. I didn't want that.
Oh, they both tried back cutting the ball. What's going to happen here? Well, she left it about as tough as she could have. Is she going to cut this ball? No, she's going opposite-handed for the bank. in the side pocket. Ooh. And then she's going to leave it the best it's laid in a little while. I mean, tiny little taps maybe, but like, you know, we've all seen it, right? Some guy uses the cue ball or something, and they just hammer that ball into the cloth. Like, there's just no reason for that. But that's exactly what they're doing, right? They're creating a dip in the cloth to hold the ball. All right. Kathy is undefeated so far. This is her third match, twice today. And we're going to have to find somebody to come up here and challenge Kathy. She is our 3 times lady winner right now. She's playing well. A couple of mistakes by Trish at the end. But it was a good fight. It's a real good fight. Good match.